What if I told you that one of Africa's most striking primates is vanishing? Not with a roar, but with a whisper, as the very trees that shelter it disappear beneath the blade. Picture a forest canopy so dense that sunlight barely touches the ground. High in the emerald green, a flash of black and white moves with impossible grace. This is the Angolan Colobus monkey, a creature that looks like it stepped out of a myth, with a flowing black cape of fur, a snow-white face, and a magnificent tail that acts like a fifth limb. For centuries, these monkeys lived as kings of the treetops, their haunting calls echoing through the ancient woodlands of Central Africa. But today, that sound is fading. Because the forests they depend on are being erased, acre by acre, and with them, the future of one of nature's most elegant acrobats. So how did we get here? And is it too late to change course? Let's start with the colobus itself, a monkey uniquely tied to the trees. Unlike other primates, colobus monkeys have a specialized digestive system that lets them thrive on leaves, many of which are toxic to other animals. They don't just live in the forest, they are part of its fabric. Their social structure, their breeding, their very movement, everything is adapted to life high above the ground. They rarely descend. The forest floor is a foreign, dangerous place. But over the last 50 years, that world has been shrinking at an alarming rate. Logging, agriculture, and human expansion have fragmented the woodlands into isolated islands. And when the canopy breaks, the colobus breaks with it. Here's what's happening and why it matters more than you might think. When a forest is cut, the colobus doesn't just lose a home, it loses a lifeline. These monkeys can't leap across wide-open spaces. Gaps as small as 30 meters can become uncrossable barriers. Families get trapped in shrinking pockets of trees, unable to reach other groups. Genetic diversity plummets. Inbreeding sets in, food becomes scarce, stress rises, infant survival drops, and it's not just the physical space they're losing, it's the specific trees they rely on. Colobus monkeys are picky eaters. They prefer young leaves from certain species, and when those trees are gone, their nutrition suffers. A hungry colobus is a vulnerable colobus, more likely to get sick, less likely to reproduce, but the story doesn't end there. Because deforestation isn't just removing trees, it's opening the door to other threats. As forests shrink, colobus monkeys are forced closer to human settlements. They raid crops and farmers see them as pests. In some areas, they're hunted for their striking fur, which is used in traditional ceremonies or sold illegally. Roads slice through their territory, bringing noise, pollution, and collisions. Each pressure alone might be survivable, but together they form a perfect storm. So what's being done to turn the tide? In several regions, conservationists are fighting back with surprising creativity. Corridor projects aim to reconnect forest fragments, not by replanting whole forests overnight, but by creating green bridges that allow colobus families to move safely between patches. Local communities are being trained as forest guardians, using smartphone apps to report illegal logging or colobus sightings. Some areas have even started colobus-friendly certification for timber, a way to encourage logging companies to leave key trees standing. But the most powerful shift is happening on the ground, where people are beginning to see the colobus not as a pest, but as a symbol of their natural heritage. Ecotourism is emerging as a real alternative to logging or hunting. A single colobus troop can draw visitors from around the world, and that tourism creates jobs, builds schools, and funds conservation. In places like Kenya's coastal forests, this model is already showing promise. Locals who once saw the forest as an obstacle now see it as an asset, because the monkeys bring the world to their doorstep. Still, the challenges are immense. Corruption, poverty, and population growth continue to drive deforestation. Climate change is altering rainfall patterns, stressing the forests further. In some areas, colobus populations have declined by more than 80% in just 3 decades. There are forests where their calls have gone silent, not because the monkeys moved, but because they vanished, yet in others there is hope. Reforestation efforts led by women's cooperatives are slowly restoring degraded land. Wildlife corridors are being mapped with satellite technology. And every time a colobus troop is spotted moving through a reconnected patch of forest, it's a small victory, proof that this isn't a lost cause. The Angolan Colobus monkey is more than just a beautiful animal. It's an indicator of the health of an entire ecosystem. Where it thrives, the forest thrives. Where it disappears, the forest is already dying. Saving the colobus isn't just about protecting a single species, it's about preserving a web of life that includes thousands of plants, insects, birds, and other mammals. It's about recognizing that some threads, once pulled, can unravel everything. The fate of the colobus now rests in a delicate balance between chainsaws and seedlings, between apathy and action. It's a race against time, fought tree by tree, community by community. And while the challenges are real, so is the resolve of those who refuse to let this iconic monkey fade into silence. Which other rare species affected by deforestation do you think we should cover next? Let us know in the comments. Your suggestion could be the focus of our next video.